Kitengela to Gatut Mosaiga confirm?
Roger, copied.
If you have ever had an emergency and had to call an ambulance, then Florence Diga or Richard Miner may have responded.
Confirm copy.
Confirm HDU.
They move with speed to ensure life is saved. They are part of the 128 Kenya Red Cross emergency teams across the country.
Dispatch 261.
It is a race against time to save a little girl at the Gertrude's Children's Hospital in Kitengela. She needs to be evacuated to the mother branch in Muthaiga, 37 kilometers away, for specialized medical attention. Being a weekday, it is a journey full of challenges. Let's take a look at where it all begins. The Kenya Red Cross Dispatch Center, where Isa Mohammed Athman and team sit, is the nerve center of the response. They monitor the news and wait on calls to send out crews.
In a typical day, you don't know how your day will be. You walk in through the door, every day is different.
The difference occasioned by the calls they receive from across the country. It is the dispatch team that positions ambulances strategically in all towns.
For example, in Nairobi, we have so much traffic, so we have to allocate ambulances all over so we can effectively deal with emergencies whenever they occur.
Sometimes callers in panic mode are not patient enough to answer questions that would be key to emergency response.
I have to ask you questions to know what we are dealing with here, for me to be able to plan and allocate resources efficiently and effectively.
The standby EMT crew of Richard Miner gets the Gertrude call. Time is of the essence. And we start moving as the brief continues. Miner revealing how bullish motorists can get.
Don't give it away. Because you never know it's going to rescue you. Maybe it's your child, your parents, or maybe your closest friend.
No much traffic on the way to Kitengela. In a record time, we get here.
Due to patient confidentiality, we keep our distance as the patient is being loaded into the ambulance. And this is where the journey to Muthaiga begins.
It is not without challenges. This motorist activates his hazard and trails the ambulance, taking advantage of the somewhat cleared road. They are called tailgaters.
So anything will happen in front of me, and I'll have to brake. So what will happen? He will hit me at the back. And maybe I have a very critical patient who has to get to hospital on time. Now he has caused all the things to stall.
While some motorists willingly give way, others remain unperturbed even with the decibels of siren renting the air. The ambulance is forced to use the shoulder of this road, a rough surface that could put the life of the patient on board in danger.
In a route full of defiant motorists like where we are currently on Mombasa Road, it is literally a standstill. Never mind that we have a patient on board.
All this while, Dr. Mudhoni Ntonjira, the medical director in charge of all these teams, is in constant communication with the team.
My role is a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week role. Being a medical director means I have to be available on phone at any time. Of course, depending on the cadre of the medical staff, there are some drugs that are outside their scope of practice to administer. So on this, then I'll be able to give verbal orders on which drug to give.
1 hour later, the first emergency response is complete. When night falls, there's no resting for the paramedics. A call has just come in. A vehicle has rolled along Waiyaki Way in Kangemi area of Nairobi. On arrival, we established that there are no serious injuries reported. Paramedic Florence Diga saying road traffic accidents are often a challenge to handle.
Bystanders, I will say in their own way they are helping the casualties, but you find that they cause more harm to the casualties.
The emergency crews also cover volatile areas, and the operators are taken through defensive driving courses and basic mechanics. An exercise that is refreshed once every month to keep up with the ever-changing face of insecurity. The operators are able to reverse the ambulance at full speed on a straight line for kilometers on end.
And there's some areas within security whereby you're supposed to you move at a high speed because of the AEDs or anything that might occur on your way when you're responding.
The holistic training of an emergency driver is to make sure that you're no longer a normal driver, but you're an ambulance operator.
Worst case scenarios are simulated in this monthly course. With all this in place, E-Plus MD Susan Ngonga says policy has to be implemented for a smooth operation of emergency services in the country.
Together with the Ministry of Transport, we can look at how we can design our roads in a way that we have access lanes for emergency vehicles where it is properly regulated, and penalty is even put on those who abuse the use of that lane.
For these crews, the daily runs to save lives are as fulfilling as they are challenging. Hassan Mugambi, Citizen TV.